Hi, my name is Monica Chaveniak and I'm here with Fearless Cooking. Welcome to my channel. Fair warning, this is a no recipe kind of cooking show where we create wonderful dishes, simple and beautiful dishes with you and with the freshest ingredients. So you can lose your recipe shackles and just start cooking in your home fearlessly and with total confidence. If this is for you, then stick around, and maybe if you like it, you can push a few buttons. That would be greatly appreciated. The thumbs up, like it, subscribe. Anyway, let's get the show on the road. Keszi Csokolom édes. That's about all I remember. It's something like, I'm kissing your hand to join us here. Anyway, today we're doing Hungarian Goulash Soup, which is a beautiful soup with just a few ingredients, but it does take a little bit of tweaking and watching it. And anyway, you'll see, we'll do it right now. What we have here is about a pound of beef, the same equivalent of onions diced up. You will need some carrots, some raw carrots, some raw potatoes, and then for the spices we need salt, pepper of course, garlic, paprika. We're using marjoram, or if you don't have any, use oregano, some bay leaves, and we have here nutmeg. I also have here I have caraway seeds and some chili flakes, and I just want to get the caraway seeds a bit smaller because sometimes they can hurt you in your mouth if they're not. All you have to do is just give it a good smash, get all the anxiety out, and that's good enough here. That's all I want. That's beautiful with the spice jar. So now we're going to start cooking. We're going to saute the beef first. And I'm just have some oil in here and wait till it gets hot. It looks like we are. And just start putting it in, not all at once. Because what we want to do is we want to brown our meat. That's really important. We want to brown it and make sure that juices stays inside the whole entire time when we're cooking this soup. So it's important that it is very hot oil, and that you don't overfill it. It will shrink a little bit. Give it a few minutes. At this point, we do not salt our beef. The salt comes in a lot later when we have all the ingredients together, and when it has cooked up, then we're going to add our salt. But we have used all our spices in the meantime for this dish. Taking the meat out, I'm going to whisk the juice off it because I want this beef and all the ingredients to become a stock, a very tasty stock. So I'm going to just take this out, leave this here. We got some more oil in here, and this is now we're going to put the onions in. Now the important part about this, you can use any kind of onions that you like, but the important part is that you want them to get it slightly brown, just at the point from transparent to just getting a little color. This is what we want. Once we have accomplished that, then we're putting in our potatoes. It's a lot of sauteing, but it's certainly worthwhile. It's a delicious soup. Now I've added the potatoes. So as you can see, the onions have started to brown just a little bit, just the right way I want. Now this is important that we're going to cook these potatoes this way. The starch will come out, and the starch from the potatoes is important. This is what we want. The starch will thicken the soup a little bit naturally, and it'll be silky and smooth, and that's exactly what we want. So you're going to have to stand by here and just continue doing this. In the meantime, we can start putting some spices in. I got my caraway seed and my chili flakes. And my marjoram. You can, as I mentioned, you can also use oregano. I want to put a little bit of garlic in, but not all of it, because I'm going to keep it for the end. I'm I'm gonna mix it up with some parsley to mix that garlic and the concoction to taste a lot better. And you can taste the garlic really well, but it won't be strong and powerful. Then we have some bay leaves they go in, as I mentioned, and we're doing some nutmeg. It's better to keep, nutmeg is not something that we use a lot, so if you have the powder stuff, it's probably dead, gone by now. So buy the whole nutmeg, you get a lot more out of it and it lasts forever. Potatoes are starting slowly to come around. We got the outer shells are kind of getting soft, but it's not. What I really like you to see is this is the part I want. This is what the good stuff is. This is where the starch is and all the flavors are hanging here. So you'll see it will all loosen up once we have the potatoes, getting them a little bit longer cooked. So now at this point I will put the carrots in. There has always been a great debate about the carrots in a Hungarian goulash soup. But in reality, a Hungarian goulash soup is actually a vegetable soup. If you were to have this in Austria, you would certainly have some carrots and potatoes in it. If you go into some parts of Hungary, so could be all kinds of different things in there. So paprika slices, whatever is in their area. So, but this is our style at this point. Or I should say my style. All right, so I've added the carrots. We've got everything in here now. You see how the bottom is? This isn't burnt, but it'll all come out. This is what I want. This is exactly what I want. In the meantime, now we're going to add our tomato paste. Now the next thing I'm going to do is just put a little bit of flour on it. I don't want a thick soup. I just want a silky smooth soup. So bring this on. Now turn off the heat at this point. And this is when the paprika goes in. It's very important that you don't put it on the heat. Get it all in there. Mix it up. If you were to saute your paprika, it'll get very, very bitter, and that's not what you want. Now see, watch this. This is what I want. This is what looks fantastic. Okay, now I've had some pasta water that I keep, because that has also a lot of starch. And now we're gonna cook this up. Color looks great already. We might add a little bit more paprika later on. And now I'm going to add my meat with the grape juice that we're going to turn on high heat now. And in between, you get all that goody stuff off from the bottom. The time I will add my salt now. Anyway, as soon as we have cooked this up, I'm going to turn it down, add some more water or stock or pasta water or potato water, whatever you have, and cook it up for about a good half an hour, 45 minutes. We'll be back in a minute. So we finally made it to the end of the soup. It took about an hour. One of the things that you have to do is you have to skim off the fat a little bit. I've already done this, and it's just beautiful. Look at this. This is just gorgeous. I also, if you happen to have any rinds of Parmesan cheese, I always throw this in any kind of stews if I have some. Just gives it a real nice flavor and also gives it that little umami flavor. Anyway, there's only one more thing to do, and that is to make the persillade. And persillade is something that I like to use, and it's garlic and parsley. Almost forgot, parsley. And all you do is you basically just chop it up together And this goes in, then in the last minute it goes into your soup. If you're a garlic lover, this is just beautiful. It's I'm gonna probably put this in here. Let's put it all in here. No vampires in this house, I'm telling you. Anyway, here we are. Oh, got something in here that needs to go out. And here we are. Beautiful Hungarian goulash soup. If you were in Budapest, they would serve it with you in a kettle, in a copper kettle that is heated from underneath with candles, and then you just scoop out your goulash soup into your bowls, and it's just an experience of its own. If you enjoyed this session, please remember, just like it if you could, and remember to be fearless in your kitchen.